Hello everyone, welcome to today's deck profile. Today we're doing a deck that recently got support in Photon Hypernova. This is Abyss Actors. It's a pendulum-based deck that focuses on the Abyss Actor pendulum monsters working in tandem with your Abyss scripts to hopefully get your opponent to destroy some of your back row and get some great pluses off of that. So without further ado, let's hop right into the deck profile. Starting off, we do play 3 copies of Abyss Actor Curtain Raiser. If you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your Pendulum zone. That is a once per duel effect, but really you do just want to, you rarely use it a second time. Then when it's on the field, you can send an Abyss script from your deck to the graveyard to add a face-up Abyss Actor Pendulum monster from your extra deck to your hand. That does come in handy more times than you'd think for the kind of big Pendulum summon at the end of your turn, but it is a great way to get some of your Abyss scripts in the graveyard for later use. Next, we play 3 copies of Abyss Actor Liberty Dramatist. This is one of the new cards from Photon Hypernova. Its pendulum effect is when a monster declares an attack, discard 1 card, special summon this card to your opponent's field. Then, if this card is special summoned from the Pendulum zone, the owner of this card reveals 3 Abyss script spells from their deck. Your opponent randomly picks 1 for this card's owners to set to their field, but destroy it during the end phase. Also shuffle the rest back into the deck. So this gives you a free Abyss script if an attack is declared, as well as putting a monster on your opponent's board. If this card is destroyed, shuffle an Abyss script from your grave into the deck. So not only does it recycle, but it really gives you some good fodder for link summoning. Next, we play 3 copies of Abyss Actor Melon Madonna. Melon Madonna's pendulum effect reads, you can pay 1,000 life points to add an Abyss Actor pendulum monster from your deck to your hand. However, you are locked into Abyss Actor pendulum monsters for the rest of the turn. On field, it gains 100 for each Abyss script in your graveyard, and when a pendulum monster is destroyed by battle, you can special summon Melon Madonna from hand. Or, if a Abyss script spell card is activated, you can specially level 4 lower Abyss Actor pendulum monster from your deck, but return it to the hand in the end phase. Usually you grab Wild Hope off of this, since it'll get you some more damage, but you can also go for your Abyss Actor Curtain Raiser if you want to continue your plays for the turn. Speaking of Wild Hope, I do play 3 copies of him. In the scale, you can target an Abyss Actor card in your other Pendulum scale, and this card becomes scale 9. However, you're locked into Abyss Actor monsters for the rest of the turn. Once per turn, while it's in the monster zone, you can make this card gain 100 attack for every Abyss Actor monster you currently control with different names until the end of the turn. If this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, add an Abyss Actor card from deck to hand. So this is really great if you're using it with something like the new spell card, Dramatic Story, which we'll get to in a bit, or the new Link Monster, Super Producer, that we will also get to. Next up, we'll play 3 copies of Abyss Actor Extras. While if your opponent controls a monster while this card's in the Pendulum scale, you can special summon it. Then, when it's in the monster zone, tribute this card, place an Abyss Actor Pendulum monster from your deck into your Pendulum zone. However, you're locked into Abyss Actor monsters. However, you cannot activate the Pendulum effect of Abyss Actor Extras for the rest of the turn. So, it's a very great way to get your Melon Madonna into the Pendulum zone. It also gives you free link fodder if you're going second to go into your Hyper Director. So a really great going second card. Now for the pseudo boss of the deck, we do play 3 copies of Abyss Actor Superstar. While it's in the Pendulum zone, once per turn, you contribute an Abyss Actor monster to target an Abyss script spell card in your grave, add it to your hand. When it's normal or special summon, your opponent's spell and trap cards cannot be activated. Once per turn, you can set an Abyss script spell directly from your deck, but it's sent to the grave during the end phase. This is a fantastic card for this deck. He's kind of your biggest body, other than your Evil Heal, as well as getting you any of your Abyss scripts to kind of, whether it's disrupting your opponent's board or ensuring that you have follow-up for after the turn. He's a fantastic card, definitely a 3 of. For the one-ofs, this is just personal preference. I play 3 Twinkle Little Star, While it's scale 9 is really the main reason I play it. You can, however, target a superstar or another Abyss actor and allow it to attack 3 times on monsters. However, none of your other monsters can attack. That gets important with the next one, because I do play 1 copy of Funky Comedian. While it's in the Pendulum scale, you contribute an Abyss actor, target an Abyss actor monster you control, it gains attack equal to the original attack of the attributed monster. So you can, if you have Superstar plus Superstar on field, that's a 5k monster that can attack 3 times. You're rarely going to get into this, but I keep it just in case. Then I do play 1 copy of Evil Heal. Once per turn, attribute an Abyss actor monster, target a face-up monster your opponent controls, loses attack equal to the original attack of the attributed monster. On field, if Evil Heal is summoned, you can target a face-up monster your opponent controls, and it loses 1,000 attack for each Abyss actor monster you currently control. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can target an Abyss script spell card in your grave and set it to the field. So he is something that really lets you kind of punch in for game, as well as being a scale 1. That is it for the Pendulum monsters. Moving on to the spells. Starting off with a new one from Photon Hypernova. 3 copies of Abyss Actor's Dress Rehearsal. This is a fantastic card. At the start of your main phase 1, add 1 Abyss Actor card and 1 Abyss Script spell from your deck to your hand. However, you are locked. You cannot Pendulum summon monsters except for Abyss Actor Pendulum monster or Abyss Actor monsters that turn, which in my build of the deck you won't have an issue with. Fantastic search card, really allows you to get all of your plays started. Next up, we play 3 copies of Abyss Script Opening Ceremony. So all the Abyss Scripts have 2 effects. One is the actual activated spell effect. The second is an effect that only gets activated if your opponent destroys it while it is set on the field. Opening Script's first effect allows you to gain 500 life points for every Abyss Actor monster you control. And if this card is destroyed while it is set by an opponent's card effect, you can draw until you have 5 cards in your hand, which is a fantastic way to replenish your hand for the next turn and really get some good damage in, and hopefully go for the OTK with this next card. Abyss Script Rise of the Abyss King. Target face-up cards in the field up to the number of attack position Abyss Actor monsters with different names. Destroy them. If you control a level 7 or higher monster when you activate this card, your opponent cannot respond to this card's activation. So if you get this off of your Superstar, then they cannot respond to it when you activate it. If it's destroyed by an opponent's card effect, and you have a face-up Abyss Actor Pendulum monster in your extra deck, you can add up to 2 Abyss Actor cards or Abyss Scripts with different names from your deck to your hand. So worst case scenario, it's a good searcher. Best case scenario, you can really wreck your opponent's board. Next up, another new card from Photon Hypernova. Dramatic Story. You can target an Abyss Actor Pendulum monster you control. Special a Abyss Actor monster from your deck with a different name than the targeted monster, and place it in your. Then place the targeted monster in your Pendulum zone or destroy it. If this card set is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can return up 2 cards on the field to the hand. So it's double compulse, which isn't really what you want. You usually want them to destroy the opening ceremony or one of the cards I'm about to show you. But it is a great way to cycle through and trigger some good effects. Next, their field spell they've had for a while. Now they just have a better way to get to it. Abyss Playhouse Fantastic Theater. You can reveal 1 Abyss Actor Pendulum monster and 1 Abyss Script spell in your hand to add an Abyss Script spell from your deck to your hand with different names than the revealed one. While you control a Pendulum summoned Abyss Actor Pendulum monster, any monster effect activated by your opponent becomes destroy 1 spell or trap your opponent controls. You can only use each effect of Abyss Playhouse once per turn. So effectively, the first they get 1. It's kind of a monster negate, but you're allowed to plus ridiculously off of it. So a great card, as well as allowing you to search for one of your Abyss Scripts. We then play 2 copies of Abyss-tainment. You contribute an Abyss Actor monster target an Abyss Script spell in your graveyard, and set it to your field. You can do that up to twice per turn. If this set card is destroyed by an opponent's card effect while you have a face-up Abyss Actor Pendulum monster in your extra deck, you can special summon any number of Abyss Actor Pendulum monsters from your deck. So that really just lets you swarm the field and get ready for the next turn. We play 1 Romantic Tower. The first effect is not great. Reveal an Abyss Actor Pendulum monster you control to the hand. If you do, special summon from your extra deck in defense position an Abyss Actor Pendulum monster with a different original name. However, if it's destroyed while it is set, you can set any number of Abyss scripts directly from your deck, so not bad. Then I do run one called by because Ash kills this deck. Moving on to the extra deck. Play 3 copies of Abyss Actor Hyper Director. He is your main starter in the deck. Target a card in your Pendulum zone, special summon it, then place one Abyss Actor Pendulum monster with a different name from your deck or a sub-extra deck to your Pendulum zone. You cannot normally special summon monsters for the rest of the turn other than Abyss Actors. So he lets you trade whatever is in your Pendulum zone, usually for a Melon Madonna. So really fantastic card. However, if he gets impermed, your turn is a little more challenging. And finally, the new Link monster from Photon Hypernova, Abyss Actor Super Producer. Takes 2 monsters, including a Fiend. During the main phase, quick effect, target a face-up card control, destroy it, and apply one of these effects. You can either place the field spell, face up in your field zone, or place an Abyss Actor Pendulum monster from your deck into the Pendulum zone. So not only does he allow you to have a activation of the field spell during your opponent's turn, if you need that, he also allows you to place stuff in your Pendulum zone. And since you destroy it, it can trigger stuff like your Wild Hope. So he is a fantastic addition to the deck. Now let me go ahead and show you a quick combo you can do with this deck. So for this one, all you need is Dress Rehearsal and Twinkle Little Star. You activate the Dress Rehearsal. This will add your Curtain Raiser and your copy of Dramatic Story from your deck to your hand. You then scale the Curtain Raiser, special it. You link it away into your Hyper Director. Then all you need from here is any Abyss Actor. I'm using Twinkle Little Star, but really anyone works. Then you Hyper Director to special the Abyss Actor, grabbing your Melon Madonna. Then you link with whatever this is in your Hyper Director into Super Producer. You then activate the Melon Madonna effect, paying 1,000, and you're going to add your Wild Hope. From here, you can Pendulum summon your Curtain Raiser and any other ones that you have in your hand before activating your Super Producer, destroying your Wild Hope, to place face up your field spell. Wild Hope will then activate, allowing you to add another Pendulum monster. Usually here is when you would go for something like your Liberty Dramatist. And from here, it really depends on what you have in your hand. But with this board, you currently have a singular monster negate that changes into whatever you want. And you have this in hand, so you can set it. And the second your opponent tries to activate a monster effect, they bounce too. But of course, if you have more, you can continue comboing. This is just a very basic, if you open exactly Curtain Raiser plus any scalable Pendulum. So yeah, very good, very competent deck. I am a huge fan of Abyss Actors and have loved them even before the support came out. The support just makes them infinitely better than they were before, as you have access to their only real interaction during your opponent's turn. So that is it for today. I hope you all liked the deck. Make sure to leave a comment down below on what I should do next time. And make sure to like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.